Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for listening to this YouTube channel. May 15, Monday, our market dropped 55 points or down 0.84% to close at 6,523.15. Value turnovers at 3.89 billion pesos. No? So investors digested the news on OFW remittances for March, slightly less than the expected. No? And of course, there's some deliberation on the policy meeting on Thursday. No? BSP is looking to pause interest rates. No? So, of course, BSP Governor Felipe Medalla also commented that, yeah, uh, that BSP may keep its interest rate. No need to rate or no need to hike interest rates again, no, to curb inflation. For them kasi it looks like inflation finally peak. No? So pababa na. And there's a big chance na around November, December, no, interest rates or at least inflation will settle at around 4 to 5%, no? Which is much lesser than the what we are reporting now. No? So anyway, uh, after that sell-off nung Friday, dapat nga up tayo right now. But it looks like na talagang hirap yung market, no? We're having problem recovering. No? So last Friday, MSCI announced some significant outflows, deletions. This is also the reason why we avoided Monday. No? Someone asked before, no? The chart looks good daw on Monday. Sabi ko, there's two way of looking at the situation at around 11 pesos. For them, it looks like a support. But if you've been trained uh, for the market since what, no? So matagal na, you know that there's a reason why it's it's uh it's settling at 11 pesos that time. True enough, nag ano siya, no? They experienced some growth slowdown. Tapos nag-downgrade na. And eventually it was removed from the MSCI index, no? Which is causing Monde to drop further. No? There are all the red flags are there, no? For Monde. No? Their the alternative meat business is dragging their performance, which they acquired that for around 50 billion. No? There's lahat ng bad news, sinama mo na sa Monde. No? So sabi ko, how can you improve Monde? No? Siguro if you eat 3 times Lucky Me every day para to improve the sales, pero medyo alanganin. No? And I don't catch the low. No? Mahirap eh. Because the next step here is for several brokers to downgrade their rating on Monde because of their poor performance. So, alanganin, no? Ali, uh, there might be some opportunities there. Let's see some uh, foreign selling outflows, no? So, it's also, there's some downgrade, no? From MSCI. So, that's the opportunity we're looking, no? Several notable names na dinowngrade before na binili natin, no? From MSCI outflow, no? Is Aboitiz Power. Aboitiz Power, when it was downgraded, it went to as low as 24 pesos. Tapos yung recovery niya, umakyat rin siya as fast as around 32 pesos, no? 33. Tapos nagpahinga doon. It settled at around 33, 34. Then eventually, it went up to as high as 38, 39 pesos. Yun. As long as you get quality names. And okay. No? Also, just this morning, no, around 9:28 a.m., Megawide announced a special dividend of 50 centavos. Of course, at 3 pesos and 20 centavos, the yield is around 14-15%. Of course, it already got at as early as 9:30. I was lucky to read that disclosure. Eventually, kinonfirm ko muna kasi last March, they already gave around 50 centavos special dividend. So, I just need to verify na talagang common shares. And when I read na common shares, I immediately bought through my broker. No? That's the beauty of using traditional broker. Mabilis ang execution. Uh, Unlike when you're doing online transaction, you need to check the internet connectivity, you log in your password, tapos you put an execution order. No? Mahirap eh. No? So that's the beauty of using traditional brokers. No? Buy up na lang ginawa ko. Eventually, it closed at around 3 pesos and 94 centavos. I'm looking to sell it, but let's see. No? X date is on Tuesday next week or Monday next week. Plan to sell it anytime, no? This week. Range trade lang. It's a special dividend. So, I wasn't really expecting this, especially uh, the problem with Megawide is really the management, no? Of course, I'm not complaining because I'm making money here. Ginagatasan na lang natin to. But uh, for them kasi, mas gusto nila cash now than cash later. No? So, by declaring it as a special dividend, ne-encash na nila yung one-time earnings nila. No? So, kung good, kung maayos silang management, no? I will use that special dividend to retire some debts. No? But if you don't know, no, MWP5 is there to pay for their MWP4. No? So, construction activity started just recovering no? From the pandemic. Remember, na Megawide has to pause their construction activities during the pandemic. Kaya lang nagre-recover tapos biglang ganito yung mamalakad nila. One time of giving 50 cents dividend is okay, but it's been what? This is the second 50 centavos dividend in 2 months. Diba? So, dapat to enhance shareholders value, matinding buyback program yan, 1 billion peso. Ubusin yung public float. No? But they prefer to declare special dividends. Anyway, we're happy for that. No? Anyway, ABS also posted a net loss of around 1.16 billion for first quarter this year. No? So, revenue was around 4.26 billion, which is down 8.4% year on year. Remember, ABS-CBN is not just a network. No? So, even though they lost their franchise, we all know that content is king. No? So, let's see. What else? Most of the actions really went to Megawide. So, the MCI also posted a 32% year-on-year decline in its first quarter net income to around 7.6 billion. No? So, just there. So, I expect more earnings from FB, GSMI, Petron, and San Miguel Group. No, what is notable here is the one-time recorded in GSMI earnings this first quarter. Remember, we bought GSMI around 110, 115 as early as February. No, it's a secret stock, but someone asked me, sinabi natin GSMI. So, when we announced we bought GSMI, people ask why we bought GSMI, not Costco, not blah blah blah. No, we have our reasons there, and true enough, the Diageo was acquired, or Diageo, a foreign entity, bought Don Papa Rum for around 22 billion. No? So Don Papa Rum is distilled by GSMI. There's the relationship there. So today they also announced yun nga, they got around a one-time earning there, one-time income. So, let's see. Diba? Ganda ng pagka-didikit-dikit natin ng story, no? So, it really pays to read the labels, no? So, I'm a fan of Don Papa, and I know na it's been this, although Don Papa is owned by some Filipinos in Bacolod, dun kasi yung center ng sugar, no? So, there's some activity in the sugar industry also. Nababasa natin label na distilled by GSMI. Of course, they got some rights to that transaction, which benefited GSMI. True enough, sumipa ng GSMI to as high as 180. Of course, I wasn't able to sell as high as 180, but we made money. So it's one of those best performing stocks in my portfolio aside from MPI. No? We bought MPI around January, February. No? It's a well-documented trade. And right now, I'm started to sell. No, I'm not waiting for the tender offer now. Why? I already made money there. No? So I'm shifting it to a faster stock. No? So I'm not hyping any stock because yun nga, without giving names, I'm not influencing your thoughts. No? Kanya-kanya tayong risk management. Kanya-kanya tayong stock picks. No? So that's the reason. But I'm happy that we're making money and we already outperform our 2022-2021 performance with this kind of trades. No? Anyway, always look for opportunities out there. Even Prime Infra is looking to raise 33 billion, no? Which is a bigger IPO from their last announcement of 28 billion. Let's see if there's an appetite this their third quarter. Kung wala man, no? And it looks like interest rates will settle down by third quarter. So baka fourth quarter na sila mag-IPO. It's a big IPO kasi, so they really need to check the appetite. But yung mga smaller IPOs, yung mga renewable ni Dexter Q, no? Or he's also the wife or husband ni Happy Ong Pauco, no? So they're looking to raise around 1 billion, 2 billion. So panay solar. Nickel Asia also reported net income of 969.7 million for first quarter, which is actually down 7.6% year on year. No? So the current price right now is much lower than the acquisition of GSIS. No? I think GSIS acquired a minority stake for around 1.2 billion pesos. Around plus minus wala akong numbers right now. What else? Emperador also disclosed that revenues is also up 26% year on year to around 15.6 billion, while net income is also up 10% year on year to around 2.3 billion. So, yeah, daming lasinggero talagang mga Pilipino. So, most of the actions really went to Mwide. So Maynilad is planning to do an IPO sometime in 2025 or 2026. No? 1 or 2 years ahead of the deadline set by the franchise. No? So they're required by law to do an IPO. This is also the reason why Manny Pangilinan is really keen on privatizing MPI. So para masolo niya yung upside ng Maynilad IPO and Metro Pacific Hospital IPO and the Toll Road IPO. No? So anyway, from 2023 to 2027, Maynilad has also set a 163 billion spending for infrastructure project. FYI lang. Aboitiz Power is also looking to expand its business overseas, especially in countries with similar characteristics as the Philippines, no? So, yung mga demographics natin such as Indonesia, yan. So, of course, they didn't mention anong country, but management said many of the company's strengths and capabilities can translate well internationally. No? So, if you haven't noticed, no, we are very similar with Indonesia, yung demographics natin. So, even Monde, no, yung mga Indonesians doon, they invest in the Philippines. No? Even si Metro Pacific nga, sila Salim. No? So, there might be some, without naming the countries mentioned in Aboitiz Power, it looks like it's Indonesia. Bank of Commerce also net income, no? More than doubled to around 712 million in the first quarter from around 360 million the same period last year. This is because of expansion of their loan book, higher margins, and robust fee earnings. No? FYI lang. So PLDT, no, the business-to-business arm of PLDT has tied up with PhilPay to provide an automated fare collection system and fleet management system for the EUB modernization. No? So anyway, PhilPay has recently acquired Tel Aviv people counting camera with command centers, which allows it to address route, fleet, and driver management and gain visibility on its daily revenue. No? So yeah, it's a startup. Anyway, uh, 8 entities also have qualified to proceed in the bidding of the 165 megawatt uh, Kasikan hydroelectric power plant in Nueva Ecija. No? So, the firms included in the bidding are Semirara and a consortium of EI, um, Susan, and Mapalad Power Corp. No? So, this 165 megawatt is a combined irrigation and power generation project, no, which is a run of river type of plant with limited impounding area. Holcim, by the way, no, approved the temporary suspension of their operations in Kalumpit, Bulacan. The suspension will help mitigate the increasing cost and limited supply of craft paper rolls in the global market. RCBC, net income also jumped 70% to around 3.64 billion the first quarter of the year from 2.14 billion the year prior. No? So this is because of the windfall from the sale of their various real estate projects, properties pala. So GSMI, we also announced this, no? So they recorded an 80.7 rise in first quarter net income around from 2.53 billion from around 1.4 billion the same period last year, no? So this is because of that Diageo acquisition ng Don Papa, no? Because yun nga, top line only inch up around 3% to around 12.95 billion from around 12.62 billion, while gross profits declined by 5.6% to around 3.04 billion on the back of an increase in raw material costs and excise tax rates. So Balay ni Frutas also booked a 62% increase in net income for the first quarter to around 9.6 million from 6 million reported the prior year as the company continues to expand its store network. So yun, no? Wala naman nangyari sa market. By the way, no, Dennis Uy of Phoenix, they're seeing signs of recovery in the first quarter in the wake of recording uh, 2022 business results because of the year's economic setbacks. No? So the market is reopening. No? So I hope they continue to recover. Definitely kasi yung PNX4 nila delayed ng 3 months yung due eh. No? Dito, we're expecting some losses from dito but slightly lower na. TNT, nickel. Meralco expects energy sales to rise by 4% as increased demand from both its residential and commercial consumers are expected to return to its uh, normal consumption. Anyway, our passcode for today is Don Papa. So, kaya ang lakas ng GSMI dahil sa Don Papa na yan. Of course, there's some questions here. No, we don't answer questions na. No? There's some weakness on SGP as senators are looking to to review the ownership, the 40% ownership of State Grid of China sa NGCP. No? So NGCP, no, they won that fair and square through a bidding in 2009. Actually, they outbid the consortium of Ramon Ang and his Malaysian investors. Actually, the original consortium was Enrique Razon, Toyuto, and State Grid of China. In 2011, Enrique Razon needs some funds for his solar casino. That's why he sold his stake in NGCP to Big Boy. So sorry there. Jocelyn Alcober, Cesar Chan, Abanilla Emerson, Will, Angel Erok, WM, Rudy Salvatierra, Jennifer Jarwa, and JDN, Oliver Wendelgo, John Edison Aquino, Yonko, Chucks, Ray Toledo, ERC, Blueberry, LOD, JR Frialde, Paul Lagaso, and Gilbert Travis. Thank you very much for listening. Bye!